Hello, everyone, again. I hope you find my previous story interesting. One fun fact that I forgot to mention was remember, I told you I have automatically convert John into a sales partner, a sales agent, right? It actually became true. Since then, John has become our sales agent for all the companies afterward, and up until now, he's still with us, right? Um, Another very interesting thing is a lot of those appetizers back then, 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago, have also become, just like John, they have also become uh, one of our sales agents until now. Uh, very interestingly, um, today, actually today, one of them just called earlier and asked if they can come over and have a chat, have coffee with me tomorrow because no more, everybody has to stay home. So and that was one of the first appetizers in my first book, and I knew him through that. And it's been almost 20 years, so it's very interesting how life turns out to be. Um, on this part two, I'm going to be going over the product compensation structure, which is the most important thing that you would like to know when you join a company, right? So I don't know if you're familiar with a MLM structure, which is multi-level marketing, network marketing um, system. We're using that. We're using all the advantages, all the good things that was built for that system to redesign it to fit our product. Uh, with the system that we have, everybody can join for free. There is no cost to you. There's no cost to anyone. You're not forced to buy any product. Your investment into the company is zero. Okay. The only reason why we're using the system is because we want to help you build as many people as you could to work for you, to help you to achieve your goal for free. Okay, and why we're doing that? Because we want you to be successful. Once everybody is successful, everybody makes money. That means the company is making a lot of money, guys. So that's the whole idea. So keep in mind that what we're using here, what we're doing here, is really real, and it will turn out to be the best if you use it correctly. So um, a lot of the companies that you join will try to give you uh, these dreams. They try to help you to build as many dreams as you could, so you can be positive, which is a good thing. But when dream is good, everybody needs to have dream, and that's how our world is turning. Right, our world is getting better because of dreams. Everybody dream of something, and then they try to make that happen. The dream is a good thing, but too many dreams will become dreams. Okay, so we want to dream enough. We want to be realistic. We want to be, real. We don't want to go too far. So, with the system that we built, instead of suggesting you to recruit as many people as you could, hundreds and thousands of people as you can, I don't want to do that. I want you to concentrate on just 5 people. We want to make it real. Okay. Now, are you limited to just 5? No. You can, you if you want, you can get 10, you can get 100, you can get 10,000. That's up to you. But here is the point. It is my suggestion. It is my strategy. If you use it correctly, hopefully it will help you a lot. At least at the starting point, I want you to concentrate on just 5 people, on number 5, that we call power of 5. And why? I'll share that with you on this screen here. So with the company, we have a 5 commission level, 5 level deep, right? So starting from level 1 is you. Okay. Now, if you listen to me, if you follow my instructions, and you concentrate on just 5 people, right? So today you have 8 hours. Call 5 people that you know. Call 5 people that you think is good. It's going to be, good, just like you, right? You call them up in one day, right? So in one day you can have 5 people. These 5 people, you will take some time, you train them, put a lot of time on them, train them to become just like you, to copy you, to be you. So eventually, these five are just you, right? So you have split yourself into five, right? These five people will be just like you. Each of them will go out there and get five people, right? That's level three. And so you have 25, and then five is 30, right? And then these 25, each of them would get five. Then you have at level four, 125. And then when you get to level five, it's actually 625. So automatically you can have 625 people working under you, where you only started with just five, and concentrating on just five. But automatically you would have 625 that you don't even have to worry about managing them. Their upline level will manage them, and then the upper level will manage them. So everybody will just focusing on five, and automatically everybody will have 625, right? So it's a very, very powerful system that hopefully we can use to help you to grow. So think big is good, but also be realistic. So if once you once you reach this level, I don't mind at all if you recruit another five, if you build another the tree, if you recruit another 10, whatever. If you have 10 instead of five, this number is not going to be just twice. It's going to be a multiple. It's going to be thousands, right? So it's a crazy number here. Um, so the five level, starting from level one being the lowest, which we call account executive. The account executive will receive 50%. I'm going to explain to you what 50% means later. Team lead, next level, 55. Manager, 65. Director, 80. Vice president, 100%. Okay, what does that mean to you? Now, for example, we have many financial products out there, right? We have a working capital loan, we have a equipment loan, we have invoice loan, we have mortgage loans, we have business loan, we have personal loans, we have all kinds of loans, right? But I'm telling you now, all those products are good, but most of the time, we just want to concentrate on just business loan and personal loan. Okay. Uh, Besides that, there's the credit repair, but let's not mention about that because credit repair is something automatic that people would get in order to rebuild their profile. So let's not talk about that as an easy product. But most of the time, we'll be concentrating on just business loan and personal loan because that's where you'll make most of your money from. Okay, the other loans will take a little more time. The other loans will be rare and random. You don't usually have much of those, but the business loan and the personal loan. Okay, so when I use the term business loan, I would like for you to know that I don't really mean business loan. The business loan product that we have here, we do have products that's called business loan that's coming from banks directly, but most of our business loan product is actually the cash advance lending programs. It could be a merchant cash advance program. It could be some kind of cash advance programs that was designed to look and feel just like a business loan program. Uh, Even though we do offer business loan, uh, we don't normally do business loan. We do merchant cash advance. We do cash advances that look and feel like a business loan. So, and I don't want to use such a long term to describe in the presentation here. So I'm going to be using business loan. So I hope you understand that business loan means the cash advance programs that we have. Okay, and when I say personal loan, I do mean personal loan. And when we say personal loan, most of the time it's bank related, and we do offer those too. But most of the time, I I'm talking about the personal credit card lines personal credit lines. Okay, so two different things: personal loan and business loan. Those are the two most important products that everybody will be concentrating on. That I want you to concentrate on. Okay, so basically we have a lot of products, but I just want you to concentrate on just two products right now: business loan and personal loan, because that's where all your money come from. Okay, so for a business loan, uh, again, a business loan means the loan is going to a business only. There's no personal involved, right? So when you give out a business loan, the company, when somebody gets a business loan, the company would pay 4% max payout to any team. Let's say your team, someone in your team bring in a business loan, the company will pay 4% max payout to the team. Okay, and that 4%, if you are at the account executive level of 50%, that's 50% of that 4%. So let's say that you right now is at the account executive level, and you bring in a business loan for 100,000. We loan somebody 100,000, right? 4% of that is 4,000. Your level is at 50%, so 50% of 4,000, you have just made $2,000 based on your lowest level. Now, if your level is at a vice president level of 100%, that would be 100% of the 4,000 which you receive in full, $4,000, and so on, right? So, uh, what does it mean here by override? Um, let's say that you are at this level. For example, you're a manager. Under you, there's a team lead, there's an account executive. One account executive brings in a contract for 100,000, right? They get 50%, which is 2,000. This person above them will make a 5% override. So the company would pay him 5%. We're not going to take 5% from this. The company will pay out an extra 5%. This person still receives a full 50%, right? And then you, as a manager above this guy, the company will pay you an extra 10% from this contract. Okay. And again, it's an extra 10% from the company, not taking from this. But one person brings in a contract. This guy gets it. This guy gets it. Okay. And let's say the next example. Let's say you're at the vice president level, and this does happen. It's really really rare, but it does happen. For some reason, this guy was promoted to be a vice president. But he doesn't have any director. He doesn't have any manager. Let's say he has some team leads. He has some account executive, right? So one account executive brings in a contract. That person will make 50%. Then the company will pay another extra 5% to this guy here. And then this guy, normally he would make 20%, but since he doesn't have a director, he doesn't have a manager under him, we'll pay him everything. So that's like 45%. Right, so he get almost $2,000. Right, so that's the good thing about the system. Why do we want to do that? Because we want to encourage people to make money. We could have kept this since he doesn't have anybody under him. The company could have kept this money, but no, we want to give it to him. We want him to make money. We want him to be able to build team. We want to use him to use these extra dollars to build his team. So. Again, the more you grow, the more we grow. A lot of people have more questions about the system, and of course, I'm not going to be able to explain and answer everything here in this introductional video. There are other trainings that you can attend physically, and also there are other videos about the system that you can watch. One of the question that we normally get is if somebody has a contract but that person doesn't know what to do, doesn't have a time to do it, and would like to help from somebody else, right? Let's say the company will help, or another someone from another team would help. That helper is what we call the supporter. That supporter will receive a 10% share from the total commission of that person brings in for that contract. he has to share 10% of it. Okay, to be fair. And why we're doing that, because we want to help people to get into the mode of teamwork. It's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. People help you. You share your wealth. Okay, if you get used to that mode, everybody will be very strong. The second thing that could happen is when the let's say you are a team lead, you have 5 people under you. They are account executive. Uh, One of the account executive is doing so well, he becomes a team lead. Now his level is the same as you. Are you getting anything from him? Okay, so a lot of companies out there will not pay you anything for it because of the same level, but we do. So, because again, I want to encourage teamwork, I want to encourage fairness, I want to help everybody to build uh, a mind that's willing to share, because we are all in the same vision to make things bigger and better. The more selfish you are, the more close up you are, the road is very narrow. Okay, but if you think big, you share, you think big, everything will be big, right? So that's the whole point. So when someone under you get to the same level as you are, the company will take 10% of his total commission and share that with you. So if he brings in a contract, he makes something, you get 10% of that. Or if his team is bringing in contracts, he gets something, he gets a piece of that, you get 10% of that piece. Okay, he's gonna share it with you. Is it fair to this guy? Definitely, because the same situation could happen to him, and they could get the same share. So it's fair, and that also pushes you to work harder, to be his boss again, to jump. So once you become a manager, the system is back to normal. We'll pay you the override that you're supposed to get over him, and things like that, right? So, um, oh, I'm sorry. That example was the third one here, and that's only 5%. I'm sorry. So, when that happens, you get 5% share, not 10. This 10% here is when, let me see what I say. What we say here is when we are. If you're at the starting level and you brought someone to your team who is also joining the start, okay, this applies to you or someone at a starting level. Let's say you just joined the company today. You're an account executive, but then tomorrow you bring another person in. That person is also account executive, and then maybe the next day that person brings in a contract. What's going to happen? Because he brings in a contract, but he's also an account executive. Are you gonna get anything out of it? If you don't, you be sad, right? Because you deserve something. You brought him into the company. You think you deserve something, right? So we think that it's fair that the company will take 10% out of his commission and share that with you, and help you to build that teamwork mentality right from the beginning. So we think that's important. Now, how are you going to move up, right? You don't want to always be an account executive. You want to move up to team lead manager, and eventually a vice president, right? So from an account executive moving up to team lead, you have two options. Again, we designed our system to fit everyone. So if you're not good at this, and if you're good at this, either way, you have a choice, right? So your first choice, you need to get certified. Everybody needs to get certified. That's one thing about our company. We're selling financial products. We're selling a high-end product, guys. You have to be certified. That will give you credits. That will make you different from anybody else out there. And your customer, when they know that you're a certified person selling financial products, they trust you more. You look good in front of them, right? So everybody needs to get certified. Uh, to get certified, you just log into the system. There's a button that you click on for certification center. right? When you go there, there are videos or 1 or 2 videos that you need to watch, and those are training videos. So once you watch the videos, you know what you're doing. You click on the thing to take the test. There are about 20 questions. If you answer all 20 correctly, you're certified. You're ready to sell. It's easy, guys. I mean, it's fun. It's informative. It's interesting. Uh, so the second thing that you need to do is successfully sign up 5 account executives to join your team. 5 people. If both of these become real, you move up. Or if you got certified, but you didn't have a chance to bring in 5 yet, but then you personally bring in 10 contracts, you move up. So you have 2 choices. Moving from team lead to manager, I'm going to do this quick because it's all the same. You can review this material anytime by logging into our system, click on Document Center, and download this presentation file. It's called Compensation Structure. It's a PowerPoint. You can also download a PDF file. Okay, you can use this. You can review it. You can send it to the people that you want to recruit, or you can just send this link to this video to the the people that you want to recruit out there, so from other states. Okay, I'm going to move quick. So 2 options. 5 of your team members become team leads, and the entire team will bring in 150 contracts. Now, 150 contracts is nothing, guys, and you see that in the next few slides. It's really, really easy, and it's the whole team, not just you. Now, if these 2 things don't become real, you have another option. If you personally bringing in 50 contracts, you're moving up. Same here. Numbers are just different. Manager to director. 5 members became manager in your team. Your entire team brings in 300 contracts. Now, these contracts will be starting from the very last level that you jumped. Okay, so starting from when you are a manager to here, 300 contracts from the entire team. Or if none of these become real, then bring in 100 contracts yourself. Any kind of contracts, even credit repair, will be counted as 1. Okay, then you're moving up. Last but not least, guys, you will want to be a vice president. Why? We call this position a financially free position. You are financially free. We're talking about having vacations. We're talking about retiring, if you will. Okay, because when you reach this level, I'm pretty sure you have hundreds or if not thousands of people in your team already. Okay, and you're at a very high level, sharing big overrides from everybody down 5 levels deep. Imagine that. That's a lot of money, right? And also on the next few slides, I will show you how much money you could make, so you have an idea. Okay, same thing here, guys. I don't want to waste too much time. Okay, so 2 options, one or the other. Okay. Sorry, one very important thing that I forgot to mention here. Financially free, and also free from any restrictions of the system. Okay. Restrictions. Your active status. Totally important. You need to remember this. You need to be active. You need to remain active in order for you to continue to receive income overrides from your team members, and also for you to receive residual income every month coming from your old clients who renew their loans. Okay, you need to stay active. We want to do that because it's important, guys. You're selling financial products. You need to be active with the company. You need to be updated with new information. It's sensitive, okay? And also, if you have a team under you and you're not active, it's not fair, right? Everybody else is working without a leader. So you need to be active. But we make it easy for you, okay? We make it easy and full of sense for you. To stay active, you have 2 options. Your 90 days is the period. In every every 90 days, 1 or 2 options. Option number 1, bring in just one contract yourself, any contract, a credit repair contract, a business loan, personal loan contract, whatever, mortgage loan contract, one contract in 90 days, you are still active. Okay. Or if that doesn't happen for some reason, now remember, you're required to have 5 people under you. If one of them dropped, you have 90 days to fill in another one. Just make sure that within that 90 days period, as always, you always have 5 under you. If this don't happen, then you need to make the first option happen. You need to bring in one contract. So either or. There's chances for everybody, right? So it's easy, right? Remember that. Now, if the system automatically inactivate you, that's it. If you come back, you have to start at the very first level again. You lost everything. Okay, so make sure you remember that. Now, how much money can you really make? This is important. Why is it so important about this opportunity? I'm gonna try to come up with a something that will explain it for you. Okay, again, like I said, I don't want to build dreamers, or sometimes just dreamers, right? I want to make it as real as it gets. I want to give you a smallest, easiest, most conservative example of how much money you can make. Okay, so let's say that we have a business loan. Let's use the amount of 100,000 in funding to make it easy to understand. 4% will be paid to the team, right? To any team. Let's say that you are at the lowest level of account executive. Your commission level is 50%, right? If you only personally bring in one business cash advance contract in 30 days, you think you can do that in 30 days? Get one contract by giving people money and not selling something to take away from them? I'm pretty sure you can, right? One contract for the business loan program of $100,000. The commission paid out would be again $4,000. Your commission at the lowest level is $2,000. Now let's analyze that for a minute. Even if you're too busy, even if you're too lazy, whatever. Okay, one contract, like I said, in 30 days is absolutely doable, right? Selling something to give, not to take. How big is that $2,000? Is it that big? Yes and no. Now, if you're at a middle class, if you're a middle class person, 2,000 is big, right? Because $2,000 pays all bills. It pays car, it pays mortgage, it pays utilities, it pays all bills, right? A car is probably what, $400 something, mortgage $1,000, and the rest all bills. Guys, bills are everybody nightmare, right? If one contract in 30 days can help you to pay all bills, it's big, right, guys? So I hope you agree with that. 2,000 can be really big, okay? And you're just really doing something just out of nothing and pays all bills. So it's important. You still have all the time for yourself and your kids because you're lazy. One contract in 30 days, right? Now let's just imagine just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. What if you can get more than one contract in 30 days? What if you get 2 contracts? That would be 4,000. What if you get 5 contracts? That's 10,000. That's a lot of money, guys. By selling something that's extremely easy to sell, right? And that's not to mention that you may have 650 people or 625 people under you already by just concentrating on 5 people. Imagine how much you can make if each of them just bring in one contract in 30 days. You have 625 people or 630 people, whatever, under your team. The number can go crazy. And again, guys, what if you're not at 50%? What if you're at 65%? What if you're at 100%? The next thing that I want to talk about is renewal. This is your chance to make your residual income, right? when we give out a loan, let's say 100,000, the total payback that the customer would need to pay us back is, let's say, $127,000 in total. So they receive 100,000. Their job is to pay us back 127,000 in, let's say, a year. Every day they're paying a little bit every day for 1 year. Hopefully that will finish up the repayment term. But let's say that they only pay up for about 6 months. They go halfway, 50% paid off. We can give them another loan, a new loan, even though they haven't finished paying us 100% yet, just 50%, right? They can get a new loan, and that new loan can be 100%, 100,000, or even a lot more, depends on the situation at the time, right? But let's say it's another $100,000 as a second loan. What's going to happen? First thing that's going to happen is you receive your commission again, $2,000, full commission, right? For the second loan of 100,000. We'll take that 100,000. We'll pay off the first loan, which is the 50% that they still owe. How much is that? Let's say that's like 55,000, for example, right? They still have 45,000. We'll wire that 45,000 to their account, so they have an additional 45,000 for the new $100,000 loan. They don't owe any other loan. They don't have to pay for two loans at the same time. We don't want to overload them with so much debts that they couldn't afford, and at the end they're not going to be paying anything. We're not receiving anything. Everybody lose, right? So we want to help them to get the second loan because they needed the money at the time. We give them money, but we don't want to overload them with the payments. So pay off the first loan, and they get the difference, and they only pay for one loan again as a second loan. And then, 3 months later, 4 months later, the 50% paid off, and they want to get another loan. We can do the same thing. You get your residual again. So think about this. What if you come up with a 6-month goal? Okay, the first month you bring in 10 contracts, for example. Second month, 10 contracts. Third month, 20 contracts. Fourth month, 10 contracts. Fifth month, 60 contracts, whatever, right? So every month you be bringing a certain amount of contracts. After 3 months, month 3, you may be starting to get your residual already, because some of the contracts from the first month is now 50% paid off, and they want a second loan. So you may be able to see something on the third month, on the fourth month a lot more, on the fifth month a lot more, on the sixth month a lot more, and it's just going on and on and on as you build your portfolio every month. All these old contracts will start to come back again without you having to resell anything. That's residual income, right? And it can come very easy, very naturally. And I'm telling you now, the percentage, the chances that people will get the second loan, third loan, fourth loan, fifth loan is about 90%. Everybody who have ever gotten a loan from us will get it again, because the program that we have was designed to help them, not to hurt them. Even though the interest rate, even though what we make out of the loan is high. To me, it's high, very high, indeed. But it helps. Why is it so high? Because our risk is also high. Our risk is extremely high, right? So no risk, no pain, no gain, right? Because we are accepting the very high risk, and so we're expecting higher return. It's fair. It's a fair game. But what's really fair is whatever we designed for them, the repayment terms, everything is to help them. We are their friends, not enemies. We don't hold anything from them. We try to offer them everything that's possible for them. Everything that will help them grow. Because if we don't help them grow, and they lose, and they won't be able to pay us, we lost everything. So everybody lose if one person lose, right? So think of this as a very, very, very good product that will actually help them, because that is the truth. We help them, we don't hurt them. Okay, so not to mention that the whole time I actually talked about business loan, and with business loan is good, but there's limitation, because you're limited to only business people. People who has a business will be able to do the loan. So there's limits. But let's talk about personal loan, personal revolving credit lines. This is unlimited, guys. Everybody is your potential client. Your friend, your relative, your mother, your sister, your everybody. Okay, because we're talking about personal loan. And for the personal loan, the types that we do, no income is required, no job is required. The only thing we look at is their personal credit score or report. That's it. That's it. We can get them a loan for 10,000 up to 150,000. So normally, on average, we see on average a contract size for the personal loan or personal credit line is about 35,000 combined, right? So let's say that let's take 35,000 as an example for a personal loan. Now, since personal loan has no limits, it's so easy. Let's say that you can get 3 of those in 30 days, whereas the business loan you can only get one, or I only use one. So 3 of those contract, each of them, you will make $700 because of the 50% account executive level that you're at, and we pay 4% again on the personal loan as well. So 4% of this, and then multiply by 50%, you get $700 each. So 3 contracts will make you $2,100. So let's go to the next slide. So that was one of the most conservative example that I want to give you, so you can have a real idea of how much you can possibly make for a regular, normal person out there, right? How about let's think about a situation where we're a little bit more optimistic. Okay, let's be a little more optimistic, but still, we're going to be staying at the very conservative level, and we'll give you the same example of the as the previous. So let's say that in a month, we're going to have a monthly goal for you. Okay, there are 2 ways that you can make money. Of course, self is coming from you, and team coming from your team, right? So let's use the last very conservative example. So in 30 days, let's say in 30 days you bring in 1 contract. Each contract is 100,000 for the business loan. 1 business loan contract in 30 days, and 3 personal loan contract in 30 days. Right. So in 30 days you would have 4 contracts in total. And let's say that let's be a little more optimistic. Let's assume that you're at the manager's level of 65%. Right. So for these 4 contracts, for the business loan at 65% level, 65 of 4,000 is 2,600, and 65% of the 4% of 35,000 is going to be 2,730. Okay, so in a month for yourself, you can possibly make $5,330 for yourself in a month, based on just 4 contracts. And then also for your team, because you are at the manager's level, I assume that you may have about 30 people under you, because remember, from account executive to team lead, you will bring in 5 already. So if 5 of those people become team lead, then you'll become a manager. But When they become team lead, that means that each of them would have 5 people. So you have a total of 30 people under you already, just like that, right? And so you have 25 account executive and 5 team leads under you. Let's give them the same example. Let's give them the same goal. Each of them would only make one contract, one business loan contract, and 3 personal loan contract. So for the 25 people with the 4 contracts, you have a total of $102,500, right? And then for the 5 team leads, because they're at the 55% level, we separate them. So with the 4 contracts times the 5 team lead at 55% level, you have a total of 24,600. Now, if you add those two numbers together, it will be $127,000 plus 100, right? So 127,100. And 10%, because you're at the manager's level, your override is 10%. So you make 12,710 from your team for that month. So if you take this number and you add your own number that you brought in yourself, that will be $18,030 per month. How much is that, guys? Listen to this. An average American annual salary is about 45,000. That's a statistic from 2019. Okay, you have just made 1/3 of an average American that can make in one full year. Guess what they do? They may be working 8 hours, 10 hours a day straight for 365 days. They can be standing in lines, doing assembly. They can be doing a lot of hard work for one full year to make $45,000. Now you just made almost half of that. Actually, almost half of what they make, not just 1/3, because this is almost 20,000, right? Of what they can make in one full year. Guess what? If you've done nothing, you only brought in yourself 1 contract for the business loan and 3 personal loan. That's all you actually really do. The rest is your teamwork. You didn't do anything here, right? But then you have just made almost half of an average American in one full year. And imagine, take this and multiply by 12 months. This is your yearly salary, $216,000 for doing just this. Isn't that crazy? And again, you're just a manager. What if you're a VP with 625 people, with 6,000 people under you? You're a VP, remember, right? The whole team, and also you're at 100% commission. That's twice as much as this number. It's crazy. It's time to retire. That's what we meant by financially free, guys. So VP is your goal. You want to get there, and you can get there as soon as 1 year. Okay. Goal is easy to make here with our products, with our company. The whole system is built for you. Everything is built for you. Please, 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 guys, make this happen. And you know it's real. Everything here is real, right? It doesn't look like it's gonna take you more than 1 year to reach your goal. I mean, most 3 years, right? Very realistic, very quick and easy. Concentrate on this. Secure your financial future. I am qualified to say this. I've been there. I've done that. It happened to me. Luckily, I didn't have a family. Luckily, I didn't have any kids, any wife. I was laid out for 2 years. What am I going to do if I have the whole family to feed, guys? And I don't have anything to support me. So securing your financial future is extremely important. Okay, the economy keeps falling. Everything can happen. A few weeks ago, America was in a very good position. We are one of the most powerful country in the world. But guess what? In just a few weeks, guys, Dow Jones fell, what, 20,000 points. Just like that. I mean, imagine it. Anything could happen. What if something happens? What if you have an accident? What if you lose your job? What if your business fail? You went bankrupt. What if this and that happens? Do you have something to support your family? You don't, right? So this is your chance to build your portfolio, to build something, to build a machine that generate money for you even when something happened to you. Good luck, guys. Best of luck.